Guys, this is my Hawk 250 6-month update. So a few of the things I did to it was I put this ammo box on it. I don't know if that's in the last video, but I also added this to it, which is like a tow hitch kind of thing. Haven't used it yet, but it seems pretty useful because it's pretty sturdy. As you can see, I bolted it to the back through the bottom. Pretty simple stuff. You can also lock it if you cut the holes in it and stuff like that. I put some more baggage stuff on it. This stuff still works well. If you want to know how well the bike still runs, it runs beautifully still. And remember, I bought this bike used for $700, so I didn't even buy it brand new, and it's still very reliable. I've driven it lots of places. The headlights I needed to replace once, and actually replace them with the you can get both of these headlights from your local AutoZone or O'Reilly's. You don't have to order these the bulbs in there specially, because I got them from a regular store. They might be a little hard to find sometimes in the store because they don't have them that much in stock, but I found them. In the thumbnail of the video, I had this off in the last video, but I put it back on, and it's been on ever since because I found out very quickly that this thing protects you very good. This front new tire I put on it, 50/50, is still a good tire. It's still the same rim on it, same back rim on it, but it's a new tire. A 110 by 100 18-inch rim. If you want, you can upgrade this back tire to a 19-inch rim, because you're going to find tires that are more you'll find tires easier for a 19-inch rim than you will 18. So if you want to do that, if you got the money, then go ahead and do that. Other than that, both brakes working out fine. The thing that comes on here sucks, so get you a different one off another dirt bike. You can upgrade the hand brakes. The mirrors, this one broke off when I dropped the bike once, so mirrors aren't very strong, so just keep that in mind. You get some fold back mirrors so they don't break. The kill switch, I fucked up the there was something wrong with the bike. It wasn't the engine, it was what was it, Hunter? What was the thing wrong with it? You remember?
The head gasket?
Was it?
Because it's leaking oil, right?
No, because it wouldn't start. Oh, so get yourself a chain, replace the chain right off the back, okay? Because that chain's gonna break on you, depending on how you ride it. And most of you, this is a dual sport, so you're gonna be riding it a little bit harder than your regular bike. So replace your chain immediately. Don't go cheap on it, okay? You can find one probably at your local dirt bike shop. I'll replace this, the shift lever. I'm fucking stupid, because the old one, it fell over and it bent. So this one's a lot more sturdy. It sticks out a lot more. It's weird at first, but you can get used to it very quickly. This folds in, so that's nice. The engine still works fine. Still great. I haven't done anything to the engine. I need to replace the head gasket, obviously, because it's an older engine. It's been used a lot, and I don't know how well it was treated before I got it. These wires right here, when the chain broke for the second time, smashed these wires and fucked up the whole chain case in general. So the front sprocket is doing good. The back sprocket is doing good. Remember, I got a 17 tooth front and a 45 tooth back, and at max speed it can reach is about 65 if I'm really pushing it. This is a battery on here when I got it. It is not the battery that comes with the bike. I recommend you replace it if you're going to buy this bike. Replace the battery immediately, because the battery they come with brand new sucks ass. But this battery that I bought it with has been doing me well. I haven't had any problems starting it from this battery. The starter hasn't gone out. Everything still works on the bike. All the lights and stuff. I added a fuel filter around when I first got it, and hadn't had no problems with that. The tank is still good. Basically, I haven't replaced the front fork fluid. The back shock is doing good as well. One thing I need to note that I did need to replace is this swing arm bolt. Okay, if you break this, which I did, it's going to be very hard for you to find this, so I would just you're going to need to contact the manufacturer to get this swing arm bolt. And ever since, if I were you, when you get the bike, when you're first putting it together, go ahead and take off anything that pivots and moves and put axle grease on it, because that'll help it a lot with friction, and you won't have a broken swing arm bolt. Same with the back tire. Yeah, the brake on here, the bolt on here, make sure that's tight, because mine came off not too long ago. It doesn't really cause any problems or anything. It's still on there, but there used to be a bolt here, so now when I move the bike forward at a very slow speed, this will wiggle and make a weird noise. I haven't really had any problems with it. This back tire, you want to make sure all these, this goes for any bike, but you want to make sure these are tight, because two of these already on opposite sides, thankfully, have broken off. Now, if you have one brake right here and then one brake right here, I wouldn't trust that, but since I have one broken on each side, it's really not that big of a deal, and I'm not going super fast with it either. So the bike still runs very good. As you can see, I did replace the exhaust, because the one I got it with sucked ass. I had replaced this. Y'all saw that in the last video though. What else? I attached this knife, just a few cosmetic things that I did differently. Other than that, the bike still runs great, still runs strong, and it is definitely worth the purchase. I even installed a mud flat back here that actually fucking works very well. And yeah, these lights still work. I haven't had to replace them at all. The back brake light still works. I haven't had to replace that either. Just make sure that when you get the bike, what was I going to say? Okay guys, also the speedometer stopped working, and that's where the speedometer cable goes, right here, and that comes off when the bolt comes off for the front wheel. Not really worried about the speedometer, because there's a lot of bikes that don't really have speedometers either from stock, so this isn't a big deal. All these lights still work, and your gas gauge still works after 6 months. The key still works. I tried using this thing, which closes this. See that little thing in there? It closes it, and it's supposed to stop from like rain and condensation from getting in it. But this one was very it was being difficult, and when I closed it, it closed, and then when I tried opening it, it did not want to open very easily. And you would open it by this right here. You would stick that right in there, and it would turn. It'll probably work for you brand new, but it didn't work for me. I actually got this off of another Chinese brand bike from a motorcycle. It wasn't another dual sport or another same bike, and it seems to fit in nicely. Like, I literally just threaded it in, and I like the square mirror look. It's awesome. I made a skid plate out of really thin sheet metal, and it works great. Just drilled a bunch of holes in it. The bottom is held on by bungee cables, as you can see. Works great, no problem with that. And the this is held on, bolted with another piece of sheet metal that wraps around the case, and it works awesomely. So if you want to do that, that's a good idea, or you can just make it out of something else. I took the rubber pieces off of this to give me more grip. I'm sure you saw that in the last video too. Still, the bike runs great. No real big problems with it. It's been very reliable for a 700 bucks. So you get yours brand new, it's going to be a lot more reliable. But yeah, that's the update on this bike. If you have any more questions, just ask me down in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. And if you want a third update, I will give you one in another 6 months to tell you how it's doing. Thank you.